Tasty, tasty. Incredible. Tasty, tasty.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're having a really, really good Sunday. I'm wearing my SPC jumper because it's cold here at the workshop. I think Snicket got first, so congratulations to Snicket. Good evening. Trojam's here as well. Gary's here. Says bonjour, bonjour, monsieur. Ça va? My French. That's the limit of my French today. Free Juice is here. Said good evening. Here as well. I hate beatboxing. I'm so terrible. He says good evening, people. Robot's here as well. Wasted Ketchup too. It's Anonymous Biker. Thank you so much for playing Destiny earlier on, man. I really appreciate that. True Blaze as well. I subscribed for 7 months. Thank you so much. Frokner. Good evening. Thank you very much for being here. First time in the chat. Bot on time this week. Yeah, the bot pinged straight away, like literally within like 10 seconds, which is unusual because it usually takes like 4 hours. Slice of Me, thank you very much for being here as well. Trojam says Jim K Shashin. Yes, Trojam, it is in stock right now. You can go buy it. It is here. There you go. Jim K Shashin. There you go. It's here. Both kits all in stock. You can go buy it today if you like it. Gouty, thank you so much for the subscription. Siboff, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I assume you're calling my French terrible. We'll go for that. Captain James, thank you so much for the sub as well. Let's see who else is here. Tim's here as well. He says, just popping in to say hi. Our mod Tim is not going to be around tonight, but I hope you have a great time in London, Tim. I hope it's better than you're expecting. We're praying we all have good marbles luck this week. May no one fall off. Yeah, so if we get time at the end, we'll play marbles and we'll give away a set of GMK Shashin right at the very end of the stream. So yeah, we'll do that if we have time. It depends on how quick the build goes, because we've got a lot to get through today. Lottie's here as well. Good evening, Lottie. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Troman Omar is here as well. Hey Omar, good to see you, my man. Thank you for being here as well. Void Media evening, everyone. Hope we're having good Sundays. Yeah, today's been a really good day. Lots of Drive to Survive with Netflix. Lots of snuggles with the dog on the sofa. Plenty of time with my wife. It's been good. It's been good. Geeky Head's here as well. Quagri as well. Tink too. Daddy J gets my full attention every Sunday evening. Oh, thanks, Lottie. I appreciate that. Quagri subscribed for 8 months now. 8 months. That's crazy. You'll be having a prototypist baby next month. Tink says it's him. It is. I'm really here. Yeah. Bossman in the spicy jumper. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. SPC. If you want to know what the SPC is, well, sub and you'll find out. Newfie says hee hee. Glad to see you, Newfie. Where else are we up to? Nice keyboard shelf. Thank you. You can only see one of them. There's actually 3. I have quite a lot of keyboard shelves here at the workshop. This is the Prototypist HQ workshop, whatever you want to call it. Most of my personal collection, about 400 boards, is behind me. So some is actually in front of me on the next set of desks over. But yeah, a couple hundred boards there. Looking forward to today's build. Unique board. Yeah, it's super cool. It's really, really interesting. Elkino Flop, thank you so much for the subscription. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oxy as well. Thank you so much for 9 months. So you have got your prototypist baby. Congratulations, Oxy, on giving birth, I guess. Coffee check again. I'm really terrible. I don't actually know what coffee this is. It's whatever was in the machine from whatever the team used this week. I couldn't tell you. We are going to switch the coffee that we use, and we're going to go to just one coffee roastery very, very soon. So we're actually going to start picking them on Monday. We're going to pick what we're going to go for on Monday, because changing the coffee 3 times a week doesn't do me any good. Like, sometimes we have great coffee, sometimes we have mediocre coffee. So yeah. Demon Tex is here as well. Mira says, I just got my hernia taken out of my groin, so I think I need the restorative powers of GMK set to cure me. Yeah, sure. Feel free to buy one if that's going to help you. Prototypist.net. Maybe you'll get the free one if you play later. We'll see. Do you want to take a bet on how quickly the Zoom TKL extras will sell? We don't have the Zoom TKL yet. That's just shipping from Wookiee now to our Chinese warehouse. Once it arrives at our Chinese warehouse, we'll then get it on the boat to us. I can't remember exactly where it is in there. It might already be on the boat to us, like coming. But we did get the Zoom 65 EE round 2, not the V2, the round 2 last Thursday. They're in the workshop and ready to ship out, hopefully in the next week or 2. Whose jeans are in the prototypist baby? The denim ones from Levi's, probably. Have I misread the updates, guys? What updates? What updates, Perlin? What updates? I don't know what updates you mean. Right, okay, so we caught up with stuff. There's a few things to tell you guys before we start the stream. We are building the new Retro 66, is at the side of me. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Before we get there, we do have a few other things that we need to do, though. We need to finish off the bias build from last week, because we actually have I can use the CD now to register the thing, so we're going to see how that works. I'll share that with you guys in a few minutes. We need to pick a discount, so if there's anything on the website right now that you guys would like to see a discount on whilst I'm live and streaming, you guys can pick a discount. So drop into you missed the catch up. Sorry, we catch up every Monday. You're in the team meeting, Josh. So drop onto prototypist.net, have a look at what you would like to buy. If there's something that's you've been eyeing up for a while, something you'd be interested in purchasing, take a look. Put some suggestions into chat. Tell me what you'd like a discount on today. If there's something on the store, and I'll give you, I don't know, it depends on the product, but like 10 or 15% discount only whilst we're streaming. So any products or tool you can pick, start dropping those in chat, and I'll pick one at random in a few minutes. You do not get yelled at every Monday. That is not true. I don't yell at anybody. Don't yell at anybody. Discount on a day out with Daddy J. You can get that for free. Just anyone can take me out. Like, I'm a cheap date. You just turn up here and bring a nice car, and I'm just gonna go with you. Like, it doesn't matter. You just turn up and nice car. I'm just gonna follow you. Simple as that.
Incredible.
I'm simple man. A simple man. Okay. So what else do I need to tell you about Prototypist News while you guys are picking what you want a discount on? So anything at all you'd like to see a discount on, please drop it into chat, and we'll give you a discount code for during the stream. I don't yell at anybody, Miro. Mel doesn't yell at Josh either. Like, it's a fun, friendly team meeting. It's a team building meeting. It's not a team teardown meeting. So other news for Prototypist. We did get the big shipment in last week. I have gone through with Leo on Thursday night and sorted everything out. We took Friday as our day off because the shipment came on Thursday. We usually close on Thursdays. We were open on Thursday. We took the shipment in. We've sorted it all out. It's now ready to start shipping out from Monday. One product did go out on Friday because I had enough time to do it, and it was dead simple, which was the Angry Meow AFA. So those and some stuff that came in last week as part of that shipment will go in stock on Monday night at 6 p.m. I don't have a full list just yet, but I think it's going to include NK Industrial Keys from Beep. It's going to include NK Sage. I think it's going to include the AMAFAs, and I think it's also going to include some other bits and pieces as well. But I'll announce that tomorrow. It's going to go live at 6 p.m. There should be plenty to go around, so there shouldn't be any rush. I think GMK Moomin is also on that list, and there's another GMK set as well. I've forgotten the name of. It is downstairs. We'll put it on live as well. So a couple of GMK sets, a couple of other key sets, a couple of keyboards, loads of stuff going in stock tomorrow. So watch out for those. Okay. As well as that, on Tuesday, we also have some big news. The JO2 Blackout Edition, which you can see on the website in all its glory, is going to go live. There's two different versions. One for the SPC, big up the SPC. You guys will have a separate announcement in your own announcements channel, so watch out for that. Folks, going for the Blackout Edition, there's going to be 50 units. That's all there is. $499-ish, depending on exchange rates, what that looks like. That goes live at Tuesday at 6 p.m. GMT. That's 6 p.m. UK time. There's only 50 units. If you want one, be quick. It's pre-order. It's not a group buy. These are already in production. We already have most of the parts here in the workshop. Should ship by September. So be very, very quick if you want one of those to avoid disappointment. But I'm really excited for that. I think it's going to go really, really well. And if it doesn't, well, we'll cancel the rest of the J series. Let's put it that way. In terms of the rest of this week, we also have some other stuff going live later on. So towards the end of the week, we're going to put our PT60 and PT80 PCBs up for pre-order. These are the pink ones that I shared before. So this is the TKL. There's going to be hot swap versions and got that upside down. Hot swap versions, USB versions, JST versions, 8 versions of the TKL one, all going to be up for pre-order. These are, we've already got these in quoting. We've prototyped them. We're going to get them into pre-order and get them into production pretty soon. So you'll be able to order these. Lots of compatibility with anything that's basically compatible with a H88. I think the only thing they're not compatible with is the Frog. So take your poison. We'll also have the PT60J as well, which is the 60% version in pink. These will also be going into pre-order too, because they look great. So watch out for those. I think that's going to be Thursday. As well as that, whoops, falling off my stool. As well as that, there's some other things that will be going out next week. So we've got all of the group buys that are downstairs: Cage, Matrix, Crin, the Matrix 8XV 3.0, Zoom 65 EER2. There's 50 or so group buys downstairs. They're all going to ship out in the next couple of weeks, so please be patient as we work through that. Check on the Notion updates if you want to see where they're up to, what we're shipping next, what's in priority queue. My stool is paying silly. There we go. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, TKL PCB gouts, 8 different versions, I think, between hot swap, solder, ISO, and hot swap ISO PCBs compatible with pretty much everything a H88 is compatible with. So everything except the Frog, pretty much. F13, F12 versions. Yeah, these are all going to be in pre-order very, very soon. So Thursday, I think. Oh yeah, not compatible with Cloudline because they're changing the bottom row. Yeah, that's the 2 boards that it's not compatible, do we know. 10 total versions, yeah. Spicy's PCBs, they're pretty cool, right? Yeah, there's the solder ones as well. There's 8 hot swap versions, Scouts, and then there's the 2 solder versions as well. Think, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. So there's still one last thing before I'm allowed to design stuff myself because of a promise I made to someone else. So I've got 2 projects that need to ship, which should be shipping very, very soon. After that, you'll actually start to see design stuff come from me instead of just from Josh, who's our in-house designer, because yeah, I'll be able to get on that. So yeah, so loads of stuff going on this week. It's going to be really, really busy. Watch out on the Insta stories if you're interested in what we're doing, because there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to share. There's a load of stuff being laser cut. There's a load of stuff from laser cutting from 2 weeks ago that we've just been so busy we haven't shipped out. That's all going to go out tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be manic a couple of weeks, so keep out an eye out if you want to take a look at that. I'll finally have a PCB for my Central TCAL. Yeah, we expect it'll be about 2 to 3 months for pre-production because these are going to be pre-order, so we'll have them produced before, we'll have them in production paid for before we put the pre-order live. So there you go. Right, let's catch up with chat, see what you guys thought of the news. Jay looks too wholesome to yell at anyone. I couldn't yell at anyone unless it was like, there's certain situations where I can yell at people and be like that, yeah. Please tell us about how insane the delivery day was. So it was really manic, actually. So Leo and I both did a 13-hour shift, and which isn't unusual for me, but it's very unusual for Leo because I don't like people working that long. I think people should have a good work-life balance. Why we only open 4 days a week. But the day that it happened, we had 4 group buys to ship out. EPBT Aesthetic, that's the other thing that's going in stock. So we shipped out EPBT Aesthetic, GMK Moomin, all of the in-stock orders that we needed to do. We sorted a load of space out in the warehouse, moved stuff around, moved cars around, all sorts of stuff. We took the delivery and we went through all 50 group buys. I think 10 pallets, something like that. Loads of stuff came in on pallets, all that sorted. We also had our new sign fitted the same day on the outside of the building, which was really cool because the old one didn't fit very well. So we had a new one made and fit all on the same day. So it was manic because the sign writer people came and installed the sign, and then 10 minutes later the delivery came. So it was kind of like a bit of a rush. So yeah, it was kind of nuts on Thursday, kind of nuts. Any word on the 3.0s? Yeah, there's half of the shipment is here. So Albert sent half the shipment a few weeks ago. We got that in China. We then bundled it into this container that's arrived on Thursday. The other half of them are on the way via air right now. So because of the delays, Albert agreed to ship them by air, which is stupidly expensive. I think it cost him something like $40 per board or something to ship them over. But they're on the way now. So as soon as they're all here, we'll then start to work through them. But bear in mind, we have got 50 group buys to ship out. So I think it's 8,000 orders in total that we need to ship out in the next 3 weeks. That's the plan. 3 weeks to catch up. So yeah, there we go. Prototypists should invest in custom mechanical mice. We've done custom painted mice before through Leonardo de Mouse, and we've had those in stock. So yeah, we could do that. We're actually having some SPC edition MX Master 3s made up as well quite soon. But maybe we'll have a look at mice in the future. No plans at the minute. Still more plans on the keyboard side. Right, okay. Let's see what you guys want a discount on. Jin K Shashin got a couple of mentions. Discount on the new switches that dropped. Are you trying the Irene switches? No, they're too cheap anyway, Newfie. I can't drop the price on those. Moomins. Yeah, Moomins will be in stock this week. Cajun Matrix will ship pretty soon. Yeah, but they're not going to go in stock for a little while. JO2 is so hot. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's a cool board, and it's going to be in pre-order, the Black Hat edition, on Tuesday. $499, which is nice. How do the weight of the new JO2 match the R1? Mine has a brass mid piece and is a heavy board. So the new one's not quite as heavy. I didn't like. One of my big complaints with the original one, especially the ones with copper in, was that it was too heavy for a 60%. It needed to be lighter. So the new one is lighter by about 500 grams, give or take. I have this massive urge to use a top accent piece of the JO2 as a ciggy holder if I was to have one. Well, I use mine. I have used mine as a cigar holder in the past, so there you go. Pink, yes, Scouts, pink. Everything's going to be pink. All the PCBs are going to be pink. Going to patiently wait on the FR4 for my Z65E. Didn't get one in the first round. I want one. There will be one. I have fixed the bottom row moving forward, so the first batch of the TKL PCBs in stock. The next batch will be good for Cloudline. Cool. Yes, I remember that. We'll talk about it tomorrow as well. Huge update, loads going on, exciting times. Yeah, if you want to buy something in stock, like the next couple of weeks is going to be the time, because we're going to have tons and tons of stuff. Yeah. Right. So I think we've gone up to... Any word on a PT hoodie restock, boss? We do have some, but not many of the PT hoodies. We will do a restock at some point, but they're really expensive to have produced, so the Sherpa ones. So I'm going to look at some like thinner summery ones, and have some like actual pullover hoodies rather than the zip up ones. And we're also going to do some more t-shirts as well. So this is all stuff that's going to happen towards the end of spring. But yes, that is coming. Discount for switches or BBN tactiles to play. It's difficult on switches because we only have like 1 penny per switch margin on them. We don't like put like huge margins on switches like some companies do. So like if I'd put a discount for like more than 1% on a switch, it's, well, 3% or whatever it works out at. It means we're selling it at a loss, so I can't really do that. So probably not on switches today, but we can do Shashin, which people ask for. We can do 10% off GMK Shashin. A PT Fluffy hoodie. Lottie, steal Tim's. Tim's got one, I think. But yeah, let's show me the person who's complaining about keyboard's way. True place. Me, I'm the person. It was too heavy. The JO2 for a 60% was too heavy. Like, one of the things I will say though is, if the blackout does well, we will do other versions of the JO2 in the new format with all of the new design, and we will offer additional pen rails and mid pieces later on. That is something we want to do. Pepsi Max or Coke Zero? Of those two, Pepsi Max. If it was normal Coke and normal Pepsi, I'd pick Coke. What plate would you recommend for the JRIS? Personally, I would go POM. If I was going to build it again and build it to my spec, I'd go POM. Right, okay. So let's do the discount on GMK Shashin. Let me get this set up. So you can get a discount on... Oh. Well, maybe not, because Shopify doesn't want to load. Right, create discount. Amount of products. There we go. That's what I want to do. Discount code SP Shashin. Okay. It'll be 10%. That works anywhere in the world. Specific products. GMK Shashin. It's only on the base kit, guys. But there's 2 base kits, so you could get the Hiragana one, or you could get the Latin one. You have to buy at least 1 item. Okay, and it's going to end at midnight tonight. I'll say whilst we're streaming, but realistically it's going to finish once we finish streaming tonight. There we go. Okay, let me save that. Okay, so here is your code in chat. Oh, wait a second. My control key on this keyboard is configured to something else. Let me just manually copy that. Right, okay, so. Come on, why can I not paste in there? Okay. This is really frustrating. Just keyboard things, right? Why will that not paste into chat? Why can I not right click on... Why can I not right click in Streamlabs chat and paste? Anyway, the code, if one of the mods wants to type this out for me, it's SP Shashin, all one word, capital S for streaming party, capital P for streaming party, but it's all one word, SP Shashin, all one word, SPSHASIN. There you go, SP Shashin. That's the code, and it will get you 10% off of... Let me type it out, actually. Why didn't I think of that before? Why did I say, oh, I can't copy and paste it? There you go, that's the code. There you go, that's code. SP Shashin. There you go. It is SP Shashin. Why didn't I type it out before? I don't know. Capital S, capital P, capital S, and then the rest of it's lowercase.
Incredible.
And you can get 10% off of it. There you go. Josh, drop the link to in-stock GMK Shashin. How did I manage to get it before the other vendors? GMK shipped it out to me a couple of weeks ago. We shipped it out to customers last week. It's here, GMK Shashin. We have it on hand. It's ready to go. Wait, where does it say it? There it is, Shashin. We've shipped group buy orders. It's now in stock. Simple as that. Don't know what else to tell you. Don't know what else to tell you. All hail the sugar overlords. Yeah. Caffeinate, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to waste my coffee. Is that a Logitech mouse? Yeah, it's the MX Master 3. That's what we use here at the workshop. We have one for every PC that we have at the workshop, which I think is 3 or 4 PCs. So yeah, we have them for everything. Analog Dreams is actually on the way to PT now. I actually got a notification over the weekend that it's about to ship, Kenny, so it should be here in the next week or two. And we'll have it in stock a week after that-ish. There you go. Josh has put up the announcement. There you go. If you want to get if you want to get GMK Shashin, you can get 10% off it until the end of the stream. There you go. Planning to put the Shashin on the QK60 when it arrives. Nice, good choice. You've stolen Tim's PT hoodie. Nice. I approve of that. Right, okay, let's flick over to the build stream. And the reason I'm going to flick onto here first is because you might remember last week I had this, which is for the bias. So the bias, which is, in my opinion, a Jane killer wearing GMK Stealth there, looking pretty good. It did come with the bias genetic disc, which I've actually bought. I had to buy a USB CD drive for this to test it, so I've got that loaded up, and I want to share with you what that looks like. So there you go. This is what it looks like when you load up the DVD. And hold on. It has this genetic disco 1 and the genetic disc.pck. I'm going to try and open up the application, and then I'll share with you guys what it does. Let me see if I can open this. It's taking its time. It does not seem to want to open. Do I need to... Wait, has my mouse just decided that it wouldn't want to right click? There we go. It doesn't actually want to do anything. Let's try again. Run it as administrator. Give it time to install the rootkit. Well, this came directly from Bion, so I think it's okay. It is doing something. Robot Mike could literally do mod things. Yummy malware. No, this was created by the designer of the board, Bion Lenger, and it's a genetic disc.exe PCM audio. I don't know, but apparently it allows us to register the board and oh, okay. Okay, let me just see if I can change what this is showing you. Oh, can you guys hear that? There is music. Aquamorph system neurofusion. I don't know what this is, but let me pause the other music. Can you guys hear that? I think you should be able to, right? I don't know what it's doing, but this is quite cool. This looks scary. Well, this is what comes with the board. You get this with the keyboard. I just wanted to show you this, guys. Oh, look, there's a bias. Like there, you can see a bias. That's quite cool. Oh, so that's like a photo gallery. That's pretty cool. Okay. So there's a photo gallery on there. That's pretty cool. Let's see what the system does. I can't believe that this actually comes with a keyboard. This is so cool. Okay. Oh, are these just the tunes? Oh, I see. So he's made the music and you can listen to the music. That's pretty cool. It reminds me of the old key cracking stuff from years ago, right? This is cool. I thought we could register it, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe this isn't. Maybe this is just music. Maybe I need to put this in a CD player and play it later. Or I can listen to these later on. But it is really cool. Look at this. All this cool design. I definitely need to work with Bion on something. This is really cool that he's made this. Okay, we'll try the last one, see if this one is the register. I don't think this is, but it is. It's fine. Really throws me back. Really, really throws me back. I kind of want to listen to the music as... Oh, look at least all his design inspiration and stuff. That is cool. Okay. Looks like we can't actually register the board. Maybe I was wrong. But that's pretty cool. Okay, let's close it down. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to listen to the tunes later on, the actual music, and see how they are. Right, okay. Trojum says, I haven't built my BIOS yet. I don't have an ANSI plate. I do have the ISO plate file as put on the Discord. Is there any way I can get one made? Yeah, depending on what material you want. If you want POM, I can make you a POM one. That's not a problem. Yeah, Tim, you've linked to the group buy page. Yep, and purchase Shashin. Nice. Mods linked to the group buy page. Yeah. Software looks super cool. It does. Looks like a Fireworks Uni project. It does, but it seems cool. I like it. Fixed. Okay, cool. I watched a few of the YouTube videos from Ahoy. It was a fun throwback. Dude, like Ahoy is so good. I watched the Polybius one like every 6 months or something because it's just so good. Right, okay. Time to crack on with showing you guys what we've got to unbox today, because I have got a few things to unbox before we get onto the Retro 66 build. I believe we will be the vendor for the Retro 66, which is why I have it. Ice. Yeah, I think so. I can't confirm that yet because we haven't officially agreed it, but I'd like to think so. So yeah. Right, let me show you guys what I've got to unbox, because I've got a few cool things to show you. What's the first? The first is the TPS-40. This also came from Deadline Studio, the TPS-40. It comes in a nice little box. And this is kind of cute and cool. Open key design. We have a plate there. That's aluminium or brass, it feels like. It's quite chunky. That feels like aluminium, but it's as heavy as brass would be. So let's have a look. I think this is PVD coated brass, actually. That is PVD coated brass. It's a real shiny plate. Yeah, PVD coated brass. You can tell by the weight of that. Lots of flex cuts, which I'm sure on brass will make no difference whatsoever, but that's cool. 40. Gotta love a nice little 40%. Come on, this doesn't want to go back in here now. There we go. We also have a little PCB. Arkeesless, hey, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh my god, I'm not subbed. Yeah, you can fix that quite easily. This is the TPS-40. Wait, PCB's wrong way around. There you go. TPS-40. Camera, please. Nice little hot swap keyboard. If we've got time, we might build this as well today. Oh, it's Bluetooth. Pretty sure that's a Bluetooth chip. Looks like it. JST header. Well, it's not a JST actually, it's a ribbon cable header. That's pretty cool. Another ribbon cable header and a JST connector. That's a three-prong JST connector. So that's clearly for something. But there's 2 ribbon cables as well. Interesting. I think I might know what they're for, but I'll let you guys see if you can guess when I show you the keyboard. Flipped PCBs is a trend today. We also have, what's this? Those are huge flex cuts. They are. Oh, we have a rotary encoder knob. That's pretty cool. And then we have some feet and some plate foams. I'm not going to take these out, but these are plate foams. We have, what's in here? Oh, rotary encoder daughter board. That's what one of the ribbon cables are for. rotary encoder. Oh, and it's the actual daughter board as well for the USB power. That's kind of cool. So I'll set up here, just there. That's pretty cool. Making daughter boards multifunction. There's probably some stuff in this that you've seen that's quite interesting. We'll come to that in a minute. What's this? This is what the other ribbon cable is for. Which has got some LEDs on it. And I think it's got a couple of switches here as well. Can you see the tiny little switches? That's not going to focus. There you go, tiny little switches. So that's what the other side for, and that's where the LEDs are going to sit. Now, here's the keyboard itself. Cool little accent on the side. E-beige. This is kind of interesting. So this is the mounting system here, but this is a flexible. Can you see that moving? This is like a carbon fiber ring, and it's fastened in a few points here and here. It's on a ledge there. Same at the bottom, but that means that these side parts are all on flexible mounts. These have got like little rubber grommets on top, and this all moves. Look, can you see that? This is like a flexible insert to rest the plate and PCB on to give it some bounce. It's got that both sides. That's kind of interesting. I like that. That's very unusual. On the side of the board, we do have two actual pressable buttons here, and I think that those are going to link into the little buttons that we saw on the daughter board there a second ago. Don't know what they're for, but that's pretty cool. Base is nice and simple. Very simple design. It's basically a two-piece tray mount case. Oh no, that's not a seam. That's a fake seam. That seam there is fake because there's no seam on the inside, but it is two-piece because the side piece comes off. So I think the build will slide in, sit down nicely, connect the ribbon cable here from the daughter board into the PCB, slide this bit on. That's pretty cool. This is really clever. I want to do something with this now. Like, this is, I'm going to shut up actually because I'm giving you guys all my good ideas. But yeah, take note that I have been impressed by that. There's some very cool stuff that we can do with that. So there we go. That's the TPS-40. I don't think we'll have time to build it today. If we do, we will do. But if not, we'll definitely build it on stream next week. Because that's a pretty cool little fun board. That could be super fun little project. The other one summons pizza. Man, I need that button in my life. The button that summons pizza every day. Hell yeah. So TPS-40 coming very, very soon. The next thing I have to show you is the Zeek Earth 65. I did show this one on Instagram the other day as well. But this comes with a nice little box, which is... And here's just the PCB and the plate. We'll take a look at those first. So we have got... What have we got? We've got some thick pour-on gaskets. Got a USB daughter board. Non-standardized. That's a very unique design. We've got some, what look like stabilizer shims, but I don't think they are. And a ton of screws. We have some switch foam. We have some feet. Those are feet on there, look. Can you see? It's a foot. Underneath PCB foam. Some EVA foam. We have a aluminium plate. Now this is interesting as well because there's quite a lot of machining gone into this because it does have the screw holes chamfered, which is nice. Aluminium plate. PCB. Hot swap. ANSI only, I think. Yeah. Yeah, ANSI only. 65%. That's a lot of good stuff in there. Let's see if we can get that back in the box. There we go. And then under here we have the actual board itself, which is this really nice blue color. It's like a just off baby blue. Laser engraved logo, ZeekWorks, 65% with the logo in there. Standard daughter board cable channel at the back. We see that on a lot of boards these days. Round weight in the middle. It is a two-piece case design. Seamless in effect. It's got this cool weight on the bottom. That is ceramic infill, I think. It's not paint. I think that's a ceramic infill. But it's pretty cool. It's white, EY aluminium, I think, with then a ceramic infill. Groove base. Kind of cool shape. I do like the shape of it. It is a nice little chunky little board, 65%. So that's the Earth 65. We'll be building this again as well on stream very soon, probably next week. I might try and build both the TPS 40 and the Earth 65 at the same time, and we'll probably give them both away at the end of the stream as well. Finally, I do have one more thing to show you. This is one that came, so the others were sent as promotional samples. This is something that I've purchased personally. So this is a board that arrived probably, I haven't actually looked at this yet. It arrived on Tuesday, I think. This is something I bought quite a while ago and I'm excited for. I can't actually build it yet because I am waiting for some additional parts. We've got some rubber feet, bump-ons, PCB. This might give you a clue as to what the board is. Tree leaf approved PCB. Supports ISO and C. It is solderable. It says yay on the bottom. Yay. Interesting choice to put that underneath the case. Interesting choice there. But this is the actual case of the board itself. And here we have a Tree Leaf 917. I do like that. That's nice. Little hip fridge joint there. We need more orange in PCBs. Based off the Porsche 917 Martini livery. Not the Martini livery, the Golf livery. Little logo at the back here. That's pretty cool. So this is going to be built with Brown Alps and with the Alps version of DCS Yuri. That's what we're going to build that with at some point in the near future. Just waiting on the Alps PCB and plate to arrive, and then we'll have that on a build stream soon. Would be so nice without the random 917 on it. You realize it's like designed for the Porsche 917. It's not random. Like it's designed from the car. So it's there for a reason. But that is a cool board. And as I say, we'll have that on a build stream coming pretty soon. Oh no, it'll be better without the random part on it that's actually what the design's based on, Tink. Like, I'm going to design a board and I'm going to put all of my design inspiration into it, but then I'm going to remove that design inspiration so you don't have to see it. That's my plan as a designer. I'm sorry, Tink, I'm making fun of you. I apologize. Okay, now we've gone through all of that. I'm going to see how many of you have actually bought GMK Shashin because you guys said you wanted it. Let's see if anyone's actually bought it. Oh. I do see one order for it. Yeah, only one of you has actually used it now. I see how it is. Spicy J is my favorite. I am in one of those moods today where I could be quite spicy if you get me in the right questions. Right, okay. Put the coffee to one side. Time to show you what we're actually here to build today, the new Retro 66 from Deadline Studios. Let me show you that right now. So this is how the board comes packaged. Comes in this nice box with a magnet mounted front flap, new Retro 66 Deadline Studio. Inside the box, we have a plate that feels like FR4. Let's open it up and see. Okay, this is pretty tough. There we go. Okay, it does not want to come off this. Let's just cheat. There we go. We will get in. It is FR4. I was right. Deadline Studio FR4 plate. You can see it's got these kind of like, I'd hesitate to call them leaf springs, but kind of like leaves on the outside that will give it some flex and movement. It's also got relief cuts in the middle, so the plate's quite flexible. With it being FR4 in this kind of greyish colour, it's also got logos and stuff on it, which are pretty cool if you like that kind of thing. I don't know what that says. If anyone can translate it, I'd be interested. Seems fairly standard. You could almost snap this and use it as a plate, half plate. It'd probably snap out quite easily if you wanted to convert it to a half plate. There we go. PCB does have some screw points to hold the plate and PCB together. That one doesn't have a screw in it. I don't know why. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Now let's go. Wait, what noise did goats make? Was that right? Like a bleat? Oh man, this doesn't want to come out. There we go. So it does have the top and bottom edge that we need to snap off, so we'll do these now. So this, you can see here that this just needs to be snapped off. So we'll just do that now. Ugh. Don't want to break the PCB by doing it.
Incredible.
There we go, that's one. Trey Toms, thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate that. That's part one removed. Part two removed. Nice and simple. As I say, it does seem like a screw's missing for here, so it's got these screws in to hold onto the plate, like a screwed in grommet, but it does appear that one's missing for there. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not.
Incredible.
Perhaps I'm wrong, actually. The hole seems to be the wrong size. Perhaps I'm wrong. It's that one there, maybe. I'm not sure. It would make sense to have 4, because then it would support it in all 4 areas. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit flexible down here. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. PCB was designed by McLovin, which is cool. We've got a bag full of foams, so we'll probably just pop these in anyway. It's a hot swap build, so we can just pop these in. Let's take these out and have a look what we've got in here. Pokemon Kid, hey man, good to see you. Happy birthday for the other day. First thing we have is 2 sets of feet. Put them to one side. What looks like a ton of gaskets. Foam for between the plate and PCB. Foam for underneath the PCB. And an EVA sheet as well. Let's build it with everything but the EVA foam. Let's not use that today, and let's use everything else. And see how it comes out. And then here we have the board itself, which, as you can see, it's a day for orange keyboards today, isn't it? This is something a little bit different to what we usually have. For a start off, it's orange, which is great. I love to see orange, but it's got this kind of cool 3D kind of structure on the side here to act as a blocker, which is super interesting. It's a 65%, but it's still got 2 0.75U blockers here. The case is aluminium, and it's like a standard aluminium case. But then at Screenwriters Guild, thank you so much for the follow. Then around the case, it's got kind of like a clipped-on sleeve. So this here from there all the way around here is one piece, all the way around to there, and it kind of slides on, but polycarbonate piece that feels really almost rubberized in texture, which is kind of cool. It's got another one on the front with a logo etched into it that you could infill if you wanted to. I'm guessing that means new retro. base of the board, New Retro 66, designed by Deadline Studio. These two accent pieces on the side do just screw on. There's 2 screws there and 2 screws here. And this is New Retro on the side there. These parts do screw on with 4 screws across the front. And thank you again for the subscription, Pokemon Kid. I appreciate that. And 3 screws on the rear, which is kind of cool. It does go around this kind of interesting section at the top, which is all fully CNC milled and machined. The case is 2 parts, so we do have to take all this apart. It is going to be a bit of a in-depth build, I think, this. But it's pretty cool, right? USB-C. Does say New Retro. Thank you for the translation. I thought it would say New Retro. It's pretty cool. It's very unique. I've never seen anything quite like this. But that's the case. We do need to put the feet on before we rest it down. It also comes with 2 knobs, which we'll put in and solder on later on, which are super interesting and super cool. Pop them to one side. And then we've also got a small blocker. I'm not actually sure where this is supposed to go yet, but there is a tiny little blocker with 2 screws. The aluminium and polycarbonate effect on this as well, all screwed together. Not quite sure where that's designed to go yet. If anyone knows, let me know, because that's interesting. I don't actually know what this screws onto. I can't even hold it properly. Like, there must be somewhere that this screws into, but I don't actually know. The other thing I've just noticed as well is that these blockers have aluminium machined around the edges and the polycarbonate on top, but they're actually translucent, so you can see through them. They're just like a frame underneath, which is pretty cool. That goes for the same for both of them. You can see through them, look, even though there's aluminium around there. Stainless steel weight, polished on one side. Not the best polish job, but it does have a little cover on it that we need to use, and then a Mechlevin custom daughter board as well. So yeah, this is the board we're going to build today. This is kind of interesting and kind of unique and kind of a little bit scary, I think. Let's see how it goes when we build it. I'm going to keep that to one side just in case we do figure out what that's for. There is some small bag of screws here. Again, not sure what for, but we'll find out. And then there's also this little block, which I have no idea what's for. It doesn't really match it because this is kind of like a rose gold color. It has 2 screws on the rear, and then on the top this is ridged, so it's not going to really show up on camera, but it is ridged. It's not brushed, it's like a ridged finish. Is that not brushed? You might be able to see on the ends. Look, if I do that, you can see the ends that are ridged. So I don't know what that's for either. I haven't figured that out. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's supposed to sit as like an accent in there, I don't know. But anyway, that's the board. This is what we're going to build today. So let's do just that. Let's first things first. Let's pop the feet on the board, and then we can start building it without worrying about it. Sorry to ask, Jay, has Lazurite shipped to customers? Yes, as long as you didn't order a desk mat, all orders are shipped. You can check that on our updates on the website. So if you go to the website, click updates at the top of any page, or there's 2 links in the footer on every page of the website as well. Or if you're on a product page, there's the green button that says updates, you can click that. Or if you're logged into your account on the website, you can actually click on the updates tab on your account page as well. If you're in Discord server, you can use the updates command, !updates. All of these things will take you to our updates pages on the website directly. And you can see updates for all of our group buys there. But yes, the bottom line is that GMK Lazurite has shipped to all customers that didn't order a desk mat. If you ordered a desk mat, those have not yet arrived. So those orders will be out later on. But that's the reason why we've got them in stock, because we've shipped all of the group buy orders out. Okay, foot 1 installed. Nope, that's wrong. That ridged piece goes under the triangular frame blocker. Oh, okay, I'm gonna try that again. Thought we'd got it in the first try, but no, apparently not. There we go, that's now in. Second foot. You got your laserite, very nice. It is really nice, this GMK laserite, yeah. Is the block on the left side of the up arrow? Okay, interesting. Interesting. I'd like to know where you found that information. Bit ostentatious for my taste, but cool to see people trying new stuff. That's fair, man. That's fair. I think it's just cool to see new things, right? And seeing new things in this hobby always makes me smile. Okay. There we go. That's all the feet installed. Time to start taking the case apart and seeing what's actually in here. I think this is the size screwdriver we need. Yeah. Oh man, I don't want to get the screws mixed up here. Let's try and keep the screws to one side. There we go. That's the first piece off, the nice little orange bracket. Turning the board onto the front, I'm just going to take this white bracket off now. This is aluminium e-coated white, I think. Sent you an image on Team Chat, thank you very much. I'll have a look if I need to. I like to try and make these things work as we go through. Okay, now we can take off this blocker on the side. I thought that, I mean, that's aluminium, but I thought it was e-coated at first. Is it anodized or is it e-coated? So that's anodized. Anodized black. Just a nice little cool piece. Okay. Anodized silver piece now on this side, but the screws are on the base, so we're going to turn this over. Ugh. So originally, Prototypist wasn't supposed to be a vendor as such. It was supposed to be like a little small project thing for my own projects and making prototypes, and that was kind of all I planned to do, was just to make prototypes of different things. Sadly, that never really happened, and we kind of grew bigger than I expected, a lot faster than I expected. But yeah, but it's just a pun on the way of play on word of prototyping things and typing stuff. That's all it is. The new retro badge comes off nice and easily on the other side, which means now we can take off this back piece, which is machined polycarbonate. Okay, so slightly longer screws here for these. I'm going to put these ones actually in the rail here. The prototype, the one thing I had you prototyped, is now being prototyped by me and I'm working for you. Yeah, it's kind of gone full circle, right? Okay, that piece comes off just like so. This is a very, very involved build process. These are nicely machined. I did think that these were machined, but maybe they're injection molded looking at them. I can't find any sprue marks though. I think these are machined, you know. I think these are milled. I'm like 90% certain these are actually milled and not injection molded, which makes absolutely no sense from a financial perspective, because you just injection mold these, but they're cool either way. Okay, now we've done that, we can take off the front panel in much the same way. Okay, so that should just in theory pop off now, and it does. Okay, I'm just conscious I don't want to lose these screws. Oh, so those are actually shorter, so the shorter ones go on the front. We have to remember this. Keep these all separate in little piles. There we go. This one's interestingly got an aluminium insert to give it that kind of effect here. They could have just used the front of the board. I think the reason why there's an insert there rather than actually using just the front of the board is because the board actually has a seam all the way around it. It's very fine, but there is a seam here because it's two parts, and now the next thing to do is to take the case apart itself. So when I said this was an involved build, it really is. So these are really long screws now. Well, I say really long comparatively to the other ones. I think so, N360, yeah. Wait, are you N-Narc? Is that you? Maybe not. Whoops. This is such a cool keyboard. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, right? 2 screws on the rear. There's a lot of screw points on this board. Sorry, 4 screw points on the rear. We'll do these first 2. Nope, Matt's on Discord, just to cause some confusion. Oh, okay. Well, you're not who I thought you were. Okay, we've got 2 more screws to do, and then we can take off the top case. You can see now what I meant about these just being like a frame around the outside, and the blockers just being a frame. It's a pretty cool idea. I kind of like that. Okay, that's those 2 done. And then now we have the top case can be removed. This has got really thin bezels. It feels very flimsy actually. Like I feel like if I bent this firmly I could crush it. A lot of intricate machining in here, and that's because this is where the this is where the PCB mounts sit, the plate mount, sorry, sits. Looks like we have to push gaskets all the way in there, which is going to be interesting. And it does have 2 ridges on the side for alignment. They're here as well. I'll show you those on the bottom case. Like a hip ridge alignment just there. And just here as well. So let's get to it. Let's get the gaskets installed. This might take a fair while because there's quite a few of them. Did I build a road around like this around Christmas? I haven't built one of these before, no. These are small little tiny gaskets, and I think there's 3 of them on the top, 3 of them on the bottom per. Oh man, these are going to be tough to fit in. There we go. I don't remember building anything like this, but if you saw me build something like this, I may well have done. I cannot remember half the boards I've built over the years. Okay, so it's just 2 per one actually looking at this. Basically we've got to go all the way around putting 2 in each one, and I think we've got to do the same in the top case. It's more like a screw board than a keyboard. But I like this approach over sticky single-use gaskets. I mean, these are sticky single-use gaskets, right? That's exactly what these are. Once you put these in the board, you're going to have to replace them if you ever wanted to change them or anything. There was a theme a few years ago of a load of boards that actually where you had to put them on the plate rather than in the case, and then of course they didn't become reusable with different plates and PCBs and things, which was kind of sad. But that's pretty much gone now. Almost all gaskets now seem to be case mounted. No, these have got sticky on one side. These are just little foam sticky pads, and we're just dropping them in. Apologies if I gave the impression that these were anything other than sticky pads. Have a solution to sticky single-use gaskets? Yeah, like the way we do it on the JO2, which launches on Tuesday, guys. Funnily enough, it's arriving on Tuesday. You can pre-order the JO2 on Tuesday, the Blackout Edition, which contains a gasket that isn't single-use and doesn't stick to anything, and is imminently reusable. Oh yeah, that works too. If you have another idea, Josh, we can start to look at it. One of the things we need to discuss tomorrow actually is when we're going to do a design meeting, because now that my other couple of projects that prevent me from being able to do design work due to a promise are almost at completion, I kind of want to start scheduling that in, because I have a ton of designs in my head that I want to kind of get out. You'll start to see some of those, Josh, on our internal mood board actually recently. I don't mind the Pritt stick gasket like the JO1, just need to build it. The JO1 does not have a Pritt stick gasket anymore. That's a design flaw that we have fixed for the new version. So I say the new version. The new version of the JO1 will only happen if the JO2 Blackout Edition does well. The Blackout Edition goes live on Tuesday. If that does well, we'll order prototypes for the JO1, and we'll do a JO1, which will be the same kind of concept as the JO2, to bring the series full circle and back to what my original design vision was for the boards. Now that we're able to meet it with... So it never stopped me doing... The agreement I had never stopped me doing design for keycaps. So I've already done a couple of designs for keycaps. Midnight Rainbow is going to come back soon. I'm waiting for prototypes of that from Wookie Studios at the minute. I've also got another key set design that is going to be submitted to KBD fans for PBT fans work very, very soon. Josh, that reminds me I need to talk to you about the renders on that. And then I have some other key set designs as well, but this is more about getting back to keyboard design. I promised someone that we worked with a while ago that whilst ever we had ongoing projects together, they requested that I wouldn't work on any keyboard designs myself. I'm a man of my word, so I'm not working on any keyboard designs myself until those projects are finished. Is this the last run of JO2s? It really depends on the... It depends on how well I do golden ratio. If the like, I'm gonna make the 50 of the Blackout no matter what, because they're already in production, and we're gonna make a number of SPC ones as well, however many people want. If you want an SPC one, which is pink, you have to join the SPC first. Twitch subs only. If you join, you'll find out more details on Discord, sorry. But like, if it doesn't do well, which I'm not expecting it to sell out in like minutes, I'm expecting it to take, you know, a month or so to sell out the 50 units. If that does, which is kind of like my barometer of okay. If it does okay and sells out in about a month, then absolutely we'll do more versions of the JO2. If it doesn't, then we probably won't, but we will. And again, same for the JO1. So if the 50 units of the Blackout Edition sell out in about a month, then yes, we will absolutely do a JO1 again. The main reason for doing only 50 units is because there's two reasons actually. One, I don't think the demand's there for the keyboard world that used to be. In terms of individual group buys, I think people tend to want cheaper boards these days rather than more expensive ones. And secondly, it was kind of like my final vision, my final version of the board, and I wanted to be able to make it as something special for me, and it just made sense to make like it open to those that really wanted it, which should be about 50 people, I think. Okay, so gaskets all installed. They are all pressed into place, nice, neat and tidy, looking good. That should all now clip together nicely, he says. Why does that not want to clip it? There we go. There we go. That does clip together nicely. It's now time to put everything together for the plate and PCB assembly. So, we have our PCB. And we have our under PCB foam. I'm going to put this down underneath it, just so we've got like a firm surface to press onto as we're putting this together. it actually goes the other way, like so. Let's see if we can pop this on actually.
Tasty.
All I want to do is just lay this on top, just so that it's in place roughly. Just to give us a nice soft surface while we're pushing switches and plate and stabilizers in. That's going to sit on top there. Time to do our stabilizers and get those all lubed up and ready. Any word on target price? Target price for what? JO1. JO1, no. It all depends on whether JO2 does successful on Tuesday. The JO2 is going to be $499 approximately. Whatever that is in GBP on the day, we'll work on the last 30 days of exchange rates. But it's going to be $499, whatever that works out in pounds, based off the last average 30 days of exchange rates. The JO1, which I think we're just going to call JO1. I don't think we're going to give it a revision name or anything like that. That's not priced yet, so it could be a while away. Zosko, hey man, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Don't forget as well, guys, if you want to get 10% off GMK Shashin, you can use code SP Shashin, as in the pins, and get 10% off whilst we're streaming. So that finishes at midnight tonight. What does it mean when the PT logo is in the box of the GMK sets? It means that I was the lead vendor. I was the one that arranged it. Okay, so for this board, we are using some of my old stash of Durock V2 stabilizers, which are here. So for this build, what do we need? We need a stabilizer for backspace, a stabilizer for ANSI enter, stabilizer for right shift, stabilizer for left shift. So we need 4 stabilizers plus a spacebar. I think the spacebar's 7U. Oh, it's 6.25U. I need to get another wire for my spacebar stabilizer. Let's do the other stabilizers first, and I'll do the spacebar last. Yeah, it basically means MTP. Yeah, that we were the ones that did all of the quoting. We got all of the colors arranged with the designer. We did all of the prototyping with them. It means that we were just the ones that arranged everything with GMK, acted as lead vendor, and did all of the lead vendoring stuff, which is quite a hefty list of things. There's been a few. We did GMK Bleach, that was our first one. We've done a few since then, and GMK Zooted was our last one that came out. We have got some more that are in production where we're acting as lead vendor, and some more upcoming ones as well. We've also got some, one of the cool things I've just ordered actually with GMK is some new GMK PT keycaps. So we had the green and white ones before, which match our logo color. We've actually got some coming for Blackout Edition JO ones as well, which I've not told anyone until now, but I do have on order Blackout Edition PT keycaps from GMK. So yeah. I was digging JO1 Rev 2 Electric Boogaloo. Nah. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. So, time to lubricate up our stabilizer. That's way too much lube. What am I doing? Let's take some of this off. It's always easy to add more lube later on than it is to remove it, guys. So, don't do what I did. Try and just add lube relatively sparingly. You want a nice coating, but you don't want to over lube stuff. GMK SPC edition. There isn't a specific cap for the SPC edition. I don't expect to sell as many SPC edition JO2s as we do blackouts, so I wasn't going to do a keycap specifically for them, because I have to order 1,000 of these individual keycaps, so it's not like it's cheap. It's like they're not cheap. They're a couple of dollars each as well. So I'm just going to clean the brush down, lubricate the slider rails. Again, just want a nice thin coating. We're not trying to gum up the works here. We're just trying to make sure they move nice and freely, but nice and smoothly at the same time. It's not XHT, no. This is just 205 grade 2. Surprised Twitch hasn't banned me for the logo on my jumper, even though it's just a rocket ship. Now it'll happen. Now what'll happen? Oh, I get banned. Nah, they can't ban me for the jumper. They can't see the logo unless I stretch up. So it's good. Can't ban me for a thought crime, Twitch. No, yeah, anyway. That's a reference to 1984 if no one's seen it or read it. Okay. So we've done backspace. This is going to be ANSI enter. Are you not a fan of the XHT BDZ? I don't dislike it. I think it's fine. I just prefer 205 grade 2. And plus I have a lot of it, as you can see. So I may as well use what I have. I just find this easy to work with. Like XHT BDZ, it's easy to overlube. And I don't know, I've been using 205 grade 2 for 4 or 5 years now. Probably longer. And it's just what I like. How does it work as a moisturizer? Can't say I've ever tried it, Curious Yellow. Yeah, if I do builds for people and they send me XHT, I will use it for them, but I tend to prefer using 205 grade 2. Most of the time people I do builds for, they just don't send any lube for the stabilizers and expect me to cover it, which is fine. That's not a problem at all. G2 is thicker, yes. How long does 205 last on a board? I've got boards I built with the last tub of this 4 years ago, and they're still fine. It's not like the old days when we used to use just 205 grade 0, and it kind of runs out after a while. This lasts for quite some time. At least here in the UK climate it does. It's also getting really, really warm in here, so I'm going to go turn the heating off in a second. I'll be back in 30 seconds, guys. Now cool down a little bit. Oops. There we go. Except for those 3 days a year the temperature hits 38. Yeah, right, okay, I need to get 2 more stabilizer wires actually before I go any further, so I'm just going to grab those very quickly. They're over on my desk. You're only a few miles away from the 42 degrees. Yeah, that's rough, man. 42 degrees is ridiculous. Like, I couldn't cope in that. I'm glad we've got AC at home. Okay. Is this a personal or customer build? This is actually... neither. So I don't own this, and it's not a customer build. It's a board that Prototypist as an entity owns, and we were sent it as a promotional review before we run the group buy for, I think. So it's neither, which is kind of rare because most of the time we get promotional stuff on the stream, it's sent to me as me, but this was actively sent to Prototypist rather than me. So company product. I guess technically it's part yours, Josh, as you're an employee. I guess. Yeah, 25 degrees is like the end of my comfort point, to be honest. Go. Yeah. This is my office here is in the top of an industrial unit as well. We are at the top of an industrial unit right here on the first floor. It has not hit nearly 60 though. Again, we don't have air conditioning here, but if it gets really bad again this year, I might have to put air conditioning into PCHQ. We'll see. I'd rather not because it's a lot of money, but like we have heating and everything else in the winter, so makes sense to have cooling in the summer if we need it for our staff. Demon text. Yeah, Josh, you can pick it up personally. For sure. Are those blockers see-through? They are, yes. So if I do that, you can see they are through. But there is a cover that goes over them that you'll see at the end of the stream. So it's kind of like a cover that covers them up, and then they become partially see-through, partially translucent. Okay. Okay, now traditionally whenever we're soldering, I do have a section of the stream where you guys can ask me any question you'd like about any topic you'd like, whether it be personal or prototypist related or keyboard related or otherwise. We've not got any soldering to do today, so we may as well start that now. If you guys have got any questions, you can pop them into chat, and I will be completely and utterly open and honest. If you have any question whatsoever, I will answer it. All you need to do is tag me with @jprototypist, ask your question, type your question in. The best questions are usually the ones that you think I won't answer, because I'll answer anything as long as I'm not going to get banned from Twitch for answering it. So ask your questions, get them in, just tag me with @jprototypist so I don't miss them. And whilst I'm popping switches in the board and finishing the stabilizers off, I will answer any questions that you guys might have to ask. No topic is off limits as long as it's stream safe. That's the only thing. I don't want to be asked something I can't actually say on stream. Okay, that's the stabilizers in. Pickup is supposed to be free, but it cost me upwards of $1,000. Well, that's because you live overseas, Josh. You're not exactly local to PT. Right. Okay, screws here. Right, some questions coming in. I'll give you guys another minute or so to get them in. Jack Nose says, I recently saw your VOD of the Dalco 959. Did they ever send you a replacement for the unit, or did they ghost you? I did not get a replacement for the unit. I didn't actually ask for one, though. I never actively asked for a replacement. So, yeah. I no longer have the keyboard. I gave it away, so... yes, but they'd never sent a replacement unit for the tweaks on it. But I never asked for that replacement either. So, kind of brings and roundabouts. I know they were aware of it. I know that the stream was mentioned to them, because Lewis mentioned it to me when I saw him in London in September, but nothing was done about it. But I didn't really push the matter either. Okay. First proper question that tags me is from Used Chopstick. It says, who's your least favorite American vendor? So this is really easy for me to answer. My least favorite American vendor is Woodkeys. This is a company that ghosted me on a group buy 4 years ago, I think now, 2017, I think it was. Maybe even later, 2018. Maybe it might even be more than 4 years ago. It might be 5 or 6 years ago now. For the Scarlet Bandana. So Woodkeys would be my least favorite American vendor right now. Purely because of that issue. Lottie Pony says, dream date to go on. So, get one of my classic cars out. Beautiful person sat at the side of me. Nice sunny day. Drive off to the coast. Drive up the North Yorkshire moors. Beautiful roads up that way. Have a really good, fun blast out in the car. Some good music, some good company, some good conversation. Stop at the seaside, fish and chips. Yeah, something like that. Take the dog for a walk on the beach on a sunny day. Something like that would be my ideal day. That would just be like a really, really good day. I hope that makes sense. What's one keyboard purchase you regret getting? Demotex, if you're still listening, will know the answer to this. But the only answer to this is, well, let's see if Demotex can remember. If he can remember which board this will be, because there's one board. Look how rosy I am. It's roasting here. There is one board that I absolutely detest and wish I never bought. It is a Dora 67. Yes, which we will build one day. We will build one day. It's just a terrible board all round. I wish I'd never bought it. But that's by the by. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now. Okay, stabilizers are installed. All screwed in. Just making sure they're all nice and neat. Looking good. Okay. Time to pop the plate on. Make sure it fits around the stabilizers. There we go. Looking good. Oh, we actually need to put the rotary encoders in here. I think we need to put these in before we do anything else. I know these will need soldering. There we go. So that needed to come off. But we do need to put these in. Now the PCB's kind of got like a unique mechanism for this. So it uses part of the hot swap socket for one of the pins, which is kind of clever, but we do need to do some soldering for that. So let me pop these in place and we'll solder these after we built the rest of the board up. Okay, that's okay. These do not want to go in at all. Okay, so it doesn't actually use the hot swap socket. It uses like next to the hot swap socket. They're not actually going to fit in this particular version of the board. I'd have to desolder the hot swap socket to get that to work. So no rotary encoders. We're going to use two switches up there because I don't want to be doing that on stream tonight and desoldering stuff. That's that one answered. Right, okay, switches. I'll still carry on answering your questions, don't worry. Your Littleworth. Yeah. You're going to tape those flex cuts? No, let's build the board without tape. I feel like that's not necessarily a bad thing to do. Okay. Next question says, what Nando's spice do you order? I haven't been to a Nando's in probably 10 years, but the last time I did go, I ordered the hot. I can't remember what it's called, but whatever the hot version is. Okay, I'm just going to start in the center just to give the plate some support. Could use a plate fork here, but I don't think it's really needed. Some people might prefer to. What do you foresee for the future of keyboard and keyset group buys? I think they'll continue in small formats. I think we'll see more pre-orders than group buys. Pre-orders where it's already in production, like what we're doing for the JO2 Blackout Edition. I think there's still something to be said for a group buy on the sustainability side of things, because it means that you can order just what the demand is and maybe a little bit more, not necessarily have loads of stuff that's in stock and you spent all that money producing something, and irrespective of whether that makes profit or not, it's something that's then unsustainable because it's just going to end up in landfill eventually, or it's going to be difficult to recycle it or whatever else. So I think there's still something to be said for the fundamentals of group buys in terms of sustainability. So I think that they will still hang around for quite some time. I think what we'll probably tend to see is a lot more of the bigger products going in stock, which is what we've been working on as a vendor for the past few years. We've written a couple of blog posts about this over the past couple of years. People are still surprised when we put stuff in stock, and I don't understand why, because like it's been the plan forever to have more and more stuff in stock. Like that's just something we've been planning on doing for a long time, and I find it really, really strange that people think that's unusual or weird or not what they were expecting, despite me saying it's a plan. But it is what it is. But group buys will still happen. I think we'll see more smaller group buys. The hobby is going to start to fragment back into its old style soon, whereby boards are run by hobbyists and people who just want to make a cool product rather than necessarily big companies, or they'll run small run group buys through a vendor or something like that, rather than doing the whole large scale product thing. I think, which so I'll go back to how the hobby was in, I'm not articulating myself very well here, but I'll go back to how the hobby was probably 5 or 6 years ago, where people were making 20 or 30 of a board rather than hundreds. I think that's going to happen for some products. But yeah, I don't see group buys going away, and I don't inherently think that they're bad in and of themselves. Woodkeys, LOL. Yeah, was it 2019? Was it really 2019? I'm sure it was earlier than that when I ordered that thing. I was still on Top Clack back in those days. My Little Pony says, what is something you're proud of? My brother. I'm absolutely massively proud of my brother. Wait, what happened there? Did we go offline or something? Or did my PC just turn to sleep? Yeah, I'm absolutely massively proud of my brother. He's done a huge amount of things in his life. He's recently got a new job. He's had his first child. He's adopted 2 other children all around the same sort of time. So I'm hugely proud of him. Who would win an Employee of the Month for February? Ask me at the end of February. That's tough. Probably Sharon. Probably Sharon would win Employee of the Month. Because she's just learned an incredible amount this past month, and like the progress I've seen her coming on is just huge. So there you go. I will beat that Dora 67 with one of my own designs. Please don't. Please don't. JQ says, why do people call Tesco Tesco's when they don't call Asda Asda's or Sainsbury Sainsbury's? I don't know. I call Tesco Tesco, not Tesco's. So I don't know. It's probably like a colloquial thing. Like we tend to pluralize certain things, and we tend to use the royal we. So I imagine it's something like that. It's probably just developed from that kind of thing. People are institutionalized to the group buy model. That's why. I don't think that's true. I think that's absolutely not true. I just think it has some benefits that outweigh the negatives, and I think it will continue to be the case. Like, not everything can be an in-stock product. Like, you just can't do that. Like, not in this hobby. There's still some things that have to be done in small amounts, and people will still want access to those. And the people that are doing them in small amounts, they won't have the funding to be able to do, an in-stock product or to produce 20 or 30 of them. So I think the group buy model absolutely has merits, and I think anyone who says it doesn't is just doesn't understand. They just don't understand it. I don't think everything should be run as group buys, and we have transitioned to having more product in stock right now on the shelves in our warehouse than we ran group buys in our first year of trading. So, and we ran a lot of group buys in our first year. So I think it swings and roundabouts, but I think the group buy model absolutely has its place. Pre-orders especially, which I kind of attach to the group buy model because it just allows you to be so much more sustainable with resources, which is super, super important these days. So yeah, I don't think that people are indoctrinated to it or anything like that in any way, shape or form, and I don't think that group buys themselves are evil or bad or anything like that. I think they're absolutely viable. They continue to be an important part of the keyboard hobby, and they will do for the foreseeable future. I just don't think we'll see products that sell 10,000 or 1,000 being a group buy anymore, because we kind of have a better understanding of, as vendors, what they are. It'll be the products that, new designer, say you, Curious Yellow, you come out with a keyboard design and you want to make it. Can you afford to make 200 of them off the bat? Not many people can. You might be lucky enough to be one of those people, but not everyone can. So without funding, group buy models will absolutely provide an avenue to be sustainable and to have a product. You need to screw the mini blocker before the switches. Oh, the mini blocker here. I think we can put that in afterwards. I don't think we need to do that before the switches. That fits nice and easy. Oh, you mean the mini blocker here? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, we can do that. I see what you mean now. When can we come see you? Lottie, you and Tim can come anytime you want. Anytime at all is fine by me. Right, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to gently peel back the plate and PCB assembly, and we should be able to get it to go back together nice. In fact, actually, can we be cheeky here? No. Maybe we can be cheeky here. Just debating whether we can actually see enough to get one of the screws in for that, but we need both of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to peel back the plate and PCB assembly from each other without trying to take the switches out. of the plate. And then we'll try and push them back together after we've installed this blocker. But thank you, yes, whoever called that out, Javanius, I think it was. No, maybe not. It was early 2019 when he ghosted himself. Fair. Okay, we're going to have to take it. Is a goodbye for the new retro already out? No, it's not. I heard about this new keyboard called the Sumi 80. Can we have it in stock? Sadly not. No. Okay, that plan is not going to work. I was hoping we were going to peel the PCB and plate away, but we can't. So we're going to have to take the switches out. But we can do this quite quickly. Which means you guys have got longer to ask me more questions. So keep tagging me. Put your questions into chat. At JPrototypist. We're going to have to take all of these out. Squeaky bum moment. It's fine. Actually, disregard. I have changes to talk about later. And it sounds like we're going to have a long meeting tomorrow, Josh. If Jay breaks a plate, it's on me. Nah, it's fine. Good spot, though. Good spot. I haven't looked at a build guide for this, so I apologize. I should have done. I should have had a look and see how it went together first. Okay. Next question was from Giovanni. Says, what's a car you'd like to see a keyboard themed around? Can I not answer this one? Not because I want to be obtuse, but because I've literally just put something on our PT mood board about something I want to design, which is car themed. Josh is the only one that can see that currently because none of the other team are live. But Josh will confirm that there is a car that's the last thing I put into the mood board, Josh. If you can confirm that there is a car in there, I think there's pictures. And I'm going to grab something. So Josh can tell you what color the car is in the pictures. I have something just here to prove it. So when he types in what the color the car is, I have something just here. It's the cap of a bottle is the color that the car is. So he can tell you the color so we can prove it's happened. I think there was pictures. I think I uploaded pictures. So Josh, rather than me give away what it is, because I don't want to give it away, if you can just tell me what colour the car is in the pictures, and it's the lid of the bottle I have to one hand here, just to prove that like this is the thing and I'm not lying about this. Come on, Josh, have a look at the pictures. What's taking you so long? It's the same colour as the Jane I missed out. Type in the colour. Type the colour into chat and I can prove it because I have literally a bottle cap next to me which is the same colour. Just as proof, because otherwise people will say it's not true. It's called latency. Oh, red. Yes, exactly. Red. Bottle cap colour. Red. So I do have a keyboard themed around a car idea that I want to do. So there you go. It's going to happen. More details to share when we can on that one. So please be patient while we look into it. Whoops. Hope if I didn't drop the screws everywhere. Right, so we're just putting the mini blocker in. This is quite fiddly. There we go. Yeah, sure, it's a red Peugeot 106. Right, okay. Any plans for your birthday this year, or do we need to come and gate crash and take you out? I don't ever do anything for my birthday. So, and there's a really good reason for this, and this is going to sound like I'm looking for sympathy. I'm really not. But my birthday's on the 27th of March, and my mother's birthday was on the 25th of March. And my mother passed away on the 24th of March a couple of years ago. 23rd of March, sorry, she passed away a couple of years ago. So, like, March is just a really bad month for me overall. There you go, blocker installed. Nice and neat. Tasty times. It's not going to focus on it, but it's installed. There we go. So because of that, I just never feel like doing anything around my birthday. I'm not asking for sympathy or anything here. It's just a fact. It's just one of those things that happened in life. People die, sadly. But yeah, it's just one of those things. And it just means that I never really want to do anything that month. It's usually a pretty bad time for me. Told you I'd be completely honest, guys. Anything you ask, I'll be completely open and honest. Quiet Owo says, what is one keyboard that you're currently trying to get? I I don't think there's anything that I'm actively seeking. There's a couple of like rare matrix boards. Caffeinate's got one I'd quite like. He's got an Able that I'd quite like. There's a Need for Speed matrix board out there that I'd quite like. There's a few boards, but nothing that I'm actively seeking. Like if they came up and they were offered to me, I'd absolutely say yes. But there's nothing that I'm actively looking at. I'm very lucky in the fact that I've been able to pick up most of the boards that I'd wanted, either in group buy processes or just in stock. So yeah, I'm in a very lucky position to be able to say that I've got most of the keyboard stuff that I'd like. Maybe in Nox Valhalla at some point, but again, we'll see. Ben, thank you so much for the sub 11 months WTF. It's crazy, isn't it? How quickly the time goes. Golden Ratio says, if you could only eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be? Indian. I'm a huge fan of Indian cuisine. It is by far my favorite. Yeah, just Indian cuisine, just in general. Anything that's from that kind of area, Pakistani, Indian, anything like that would be absolutely my kind of food. I want to get back myself a TKL. Do you have any in your personal collection that's for sale? I do, yes. I think I have an F1 that's for sale in navy blue. There's a couple of other TKLs I have for sale as well, yes. But also consider Sumi 80 because that's coming very soon. We're waiting on prototypes for that at the moment, and that's something we'll be running as a group buy in the near future. Josh says you could probably go to Face Palm as soon as I tell you about the changes. Okay, is this the Sumi? if this is bringing back some bits I've already vetoed, then I won't be happy. Ladder Reaver full size. I'd love a Ladder Reaver. They are so cool. I actually prefer the old Ladder. Oh, what were they called? The Ladder 1500s. What were they called? Were they called the Reaver? Ladder Reaver? No, the Reaver was the. No, it was the Ladder Reaver. Yes, the Neva was the Neva with an N was the larger, almost like I wouldn't say SUV, but that kind of thing. I can't believe you're going to be making a keyboard around the Vauxhall Corsa. Hey man, there's already keyboards named Corsa. We can't do that. What's the most disappointing group buy you've joined? Keyboard products you bought? Dora67. We've already had that question. Keep the questions coming though. Keep the questions coming. Timothy says, oh, hello again. Train Twitch. Glad you're on the train safely. Can't get the staff these days. No, can't get the staff any day. Multiples are unironically great. They are good cars to drive and like family cars, yeah, but I wouldn't want that. And no one can say they're attractive. I did see a pimped out one at a show a few years ago. That was quite cool. We need to get you a royal birthday as you deserve to celebrate at some point. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. But I just never feel like it around my birthday. It's just a crap week all round. And I spend most of it like visiting family and going to the cemetery and stuff like that. So I just never, by the time it gets to my birthday, and then Mother's Day is around that time usually as well, it just always feels a bit crap, and I just don't actually want to do anything for my birthday. This year my wife is taking me away for it all, so we're not going to be here around that time as well. So yeah, which will be fine. Are you actively looking at the Sumi 80 by that one guy? I am, Josh. Yes, you know I am. Yes, it's a Sumi. No one's mentioned that at all today. Are you sure? Are you sure? Why do I hate automotive perfection? Either a TKL or a nice 65%. I just can't choose between which one to get. Just buy a 60 on Tuesday. Buy the JO2 Blackout Edition. I feel like Curious Yellow must have got upset by what I said because I haven't seen him on stream for a few minutes. I apologise. I didn't want to upset anyone. Do you like where the keyboard hobby is in 2023? Would you change anything or like to see anything different? I'm pretty satisfied with where the keyboard hobby is. I don't think it's in a bad place. I think there's significantly less toxicity around these days than there used to be, and I know there's still a lot, and I do see it from time to time. In fact, I see it a lot, to be honest with you, because I see people message me about it with the team and stuff, and saying things I wouldn't appreciate being said to the team. But I think it's better than it was, and people aren't necessarily as open with their not necessarily thoughts, because I think everyone's entitled to an opinion, but their toxicity isn't as great these days, which is probably good, like overall in general. Right, okay, that's that all done. Next job is to pop on this piece here. There were some screws in a bag. I think we're going to use these for it. Adam's here. Hey Adam, welcome. So I'm just going to flip this over, and then we're going to try and pop in a couple of screws. And hopefully these will fit. Is it that size that I need? Nope, size up. There we go. There we go. Okay, looking good. It's looking different. It's looking interesting. Next job is to join the JST cable and peel this off the weight. So I'm just going to peel this off first. I'm going to leave that tape there for the JST cable because I think it's going to hold it nicely. Oh no, the badge came out. Oh, it's magnetic, that's why. There we go. That is magnetic in. That's why that came out. It's pretty cool. Okay, now let's get the JST connector plugged in. Nice. Effect, yes. Okay, next job. In fact, actually, I might need to take that tape out actually because I'm going to need to put this on first. And then connect the JST connector. And then we can pop that back into there. And we can drop the plate and PCB assembly in. There we go. Those line up nice and neatly. Excellent. Can pop the top case back on. Okay. Now we've got screws to hold this in place. I'm just going to go diametrically opposed for this, just to try and even out the weight. Okay, there we go. That's all in place. It's looking neat and even. That's good. Right, time to get the rest of the screws in. I'm going to keep going diametrically opposed. Is there a price difference between the different colours of PCBs? Feels are more brighter PCBs now. Yeah, it does cost different depending on how you have the finishes done. Some colours cost a lot more than others. Okay, that's the case all screwed back together. It looks pretty okay as it is. You can see these blockers here are pretty cool. They're going to look really, really cool once we get the acrylic on the outside. So it's now time to pop this piece back on. This does cover the blockers here. This slides onto the front of the board. So I'm just going to show you how that works. I'm just going to slide that on like so. And then we need 4 screws to tidy that up. And these are going to go into the front of the case. Just like so. Or they should do. There we go. That's one. Does the acrylic increase the front height? It does, but only by like 2 millimeters maybe. I think it's probably about 20 millimeters tall as this, which isn't unusual in terms of keyboards. I think anything 25 millimeters or less is probably fine for most people. It's polycarbonate, sorry, it's not. If I said acrylic, it's not. It's polycarbonate, I'm pretty sure. And it's machined as well. It's not injection molded, which if I was designing this, I'd have done those parts as injection molded to save some cost, but I'm 90% sure this is machined. If it is injection molded, they've got a good post-finishing process for it. And they've somehow managed to get away with not having to do any kind of supports in there, but it looks pretty good. Look how good those blockers look now, actually. They look pretty cool. 25 millimeters is huge. 2.5 centimeters? Nah. You'd be surprised at how high most keyboards are at the front. The JO2 that you've been using is like 22, I think. I don't think Tim was talking about keyboards. Gotcha. Gotcha. Tim, keep it clean, mister. 25 millimeters is one big rocket. Sure, you had me questioning. Like I was thinking in my head, like, how big's 25 millimeters again? I was like wondering. Okay, so that's the two acrylic pieces put back on. It's now time to pop the side bits back on. So we're going to pop the black piece on first. Wait, which way around does this go? It goes this way around. We've got 2 screws to go in here for this one. I sure hope this works now, because I didn't test this. I sure hope it all works, because we didn't test it at all, and it's a lot of screws to undo to re-get inside it. Okay, and we've got this piece to do. And this screws on the base. Nice. And then we've got this piece to go on, which screws onto the rear just there. Tasty, tasty. And then we've got this piece which then screws onto the front, and then we're done. Then everything is screwed back on. We've just got 3 more screws to go. When do you ever test things anyway? Not for my personal builds, I don't. Oh wait, what? I did update Stream Elements. I don't know why that hasn't saved. I did update Stream Elements ages ago, like before I was streaming, but it took me a while to get logged in, so I don't know what's happened with that. Okay, there we go. That is the board built, guys. That looks pretty cool, right? Have you ever seen a keyboard that looks like this before? Like, it's just a bit different, isn't it? It's just so different. Okay, time for some keycaps, then we can see how it sounds. This is GMK Sheshin. It's the Hiragana kit. I figured that was best for this board. What switches are you using this? It's Gateron XR1. It will work, I believe. Yeah. It's surprising when you test a PCB and not when you don't. I only ever test them if it's a customer build. I don't know if you've not noticed that. I think I like that a lot. I think I like orange boards. Yeah. A bit different. Yeah. The reason we did the lodestone in orange was because I liked orange. Like, the lodestone orange is so good. Let me show you. Must have a lodestone out somewhere. Yeah. So this is the original prototype of the lodestone maglev board, which is such a cool orange. I love a bit of orange. It's cool, right? Still works. You can see all of this is still magnetically levitating.
Incredible.
It's a cool board. I miss working on that project. Right, get back on the chair. I don't think the lodestone is going to happen, if I'm honest. I haven't spoken to Flex in quite some time now, so I don't think it's happening, but I'm sorry, guys. Maybe one day, but I can't promise anything. Okay, there's quite a little bit of flex to it. This is GMK Sheshin. I think the magnet idea has some legs. I would like to work on it again and do something with maglev, whether it's with or without flex. Obviously, I don't think we'd call it the lodestone. We'd give it a different name, but perhaps it's something I can work on as well. That's an orange on the J03, maybe for the mid pieces. There's a really drunk man on the train. Is it you? We did go stepped caps on this as well, so we're going to have to dig out the stepped caps lock. But this is GMK Sheshin with the hiragana. I think it's hiragana, or is it katakana? No, it's hiragana, isn't it? You can't do the train drunk. Let's zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. It's a very unique looking board. I think Tim was right when he said it's quite out there. That's an orange as an option on the J03. Do it with orange top and bottom case and silver mid, maybe. I'm not sure I like that combination. I like black and orange. I think that could look quite cool. You can't do drunk, it makes me too poorly. Something nice about having a nice brand new crisp GMK keycap set as well to put on a board. This board is very, very wild. Brown and orange. Brown and orange works, maybe. We'll see. I haven't really thought too much about the colour schemes for J03. It all depends on if Blackout Edition does well, Tim. If the Blackout Edition of the J02 does not do well, the rest of the J series will just die and we won't bring it back. It has to do well for it to keep the J series going. Because I've invested so much money in creating all the J02s before we sell them that if it doesn't go well, I won't be able to do it again. Yeah, brown is really a dark orange. It's true. Okay, so this is a really, really weird bottom row. I do like this little weird blocker here. I didn't think I was going to like that, but let's get the rest of the keycaps on and we'll have a look at it properly. It's a shame this doesn't support ISO. I wonder if the final version is going to support ISO. That'd be cool if it did. Is that the shift we need for there? Yes, it is. Wait, is it? No. Okay. Need a slightly shorter shift than that. I hope we have one. Let's just go page up and page down for here. Do we need 1.25U keycaps here? Is this right? Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Oh wait, no, that must be a 1.5. Come on, keycap, off you come. .25U spacebar though. Let's take the rest of the keycaps. Alright, let's hope we've got the right size shift key for here. Do we not have a shift that fits this? It's a stabilized shift key. So, there is an issue with this. If you run this size shift key here, you can't use the blocker. But you can run a shorter shift key, which I don't think I have. Does it need to be a 2U key there? Is that what it needs? Do we not have a 2? Yeah, it needs to be 2U. I don't think I have a 2U shift key in this keycap set. We've just got two 2.25s. And we've got a 1.75 that doesn't have the right. Okay. We're gonna have the only choice I've got is to use the 0. So just bear that in mind, guys. We're gonna have to use a 0. I don't have anything else that will fit there. 0 is okay, thanks. Nothing else I can do, unfortunately. That's the only choice I have. But here we go. This is the Retro 66 with Gator X switches, GMK Shashin, which GMK Shashin looks great, right? It looks fantastic. Weird bottom row indeed. It is a weird bottom row, but it kind of works for this board, I think. I wouldn't have any nice keycaps for the SBC, just a blackout is nice. Maybe I'll get blackout then. Please ban out the JO2s. It doesn't have to sell out immediately. Like, a month is where it needs to be. If it sells out in a month, I'm happy. Guess what? The Deadline RC keycaps have that key. I bet they do. I bet the Deadline Air keycap range does have those keys. Sadly, I'm not using the Deadline keycaps on this particular build. But it looks cool. Jay, you can choose what edition I get. Cool. Done. That is Chef's Kiss. It looks so weird, right? It's just so queer. And not queer as in like, just unusual is the way I mean that. I don't mean that negatively. It's just so strange. But it just kind of works. It's fantastic. Should we see how it sounds? Should we do a little sound test? Let's pause the music. And see how she sounds. Wait, do we get to cancel Josh if we choose the pink? Tempting. Maybe. A group buy for GMK white on black UK ISO should be starting tomorrow. Wait 2 years for this to come out. I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay. Cruel Face, that build is wrong. I don't know why it's not updated. But this is the new Retro 66 with GMK Shashin and Gateron X switches. It's come out pretty cool. I think it's really, really unusual. It sounds really good. It looks really cool. It's just a unique board. Look at that blocker here. This weird screw-in little blocker that you just screw into the plate. It's so unusual. This whole kind of 3D assembled substructure to provide blockers is just so out there that I've never seen anything quite like this. The whole idea of a sheath that sits over the aluminium with polycarbonate it's now something I want to do in a design. Like, I look at that and I think, do you know what? I have some really good ideas for that. I'm not so keen on these kind of like through hole parts here. I can take or leave those. And I don't really like the badge bit on the side, but I do like how the blockers look. The framed blockers, the windowed blockers, they'd be great for some cool little screens and stuff like that to implement. I like this front design. It's just kind of industrial and very different and kind of retro modern. I think it's what people would have thought keyboards might look like 50 years ago. When can we build the box 80? At some point soon. I haven't actually dug it out for a while, but I do have one. This is hectic. It's kind of cool though, right? Like, yay or nay in chat, yes or no? Yeah, why for it's cool, and for no, you wouldn't want it. This'll definitely make use in the workshop. Why in chat if you like it and if you don't? Oh, why is there outnumbering the ends? Sadly, the chopstick, the build command hasn't updated. It's the new Retro 66. You can search for it on Google, it'll find it for you. Golden ratio, no. Why didn't I just make a poll? Oh well, it's fine, it doesn't matter. Very cyberpunk. I think it's different. It's not cyberpunk though, is it? It's more atomic retro, I want to say. Like Nuka-Cola, like if you saw this in Fallout World, it'd kind of fit, right? Modern industrial, maybe. The set is GMK Shashin, which is in stock right now, and you can get 10% off using the code that's pinned at the top of chat. If you want to buy it from PT Prototypes Keyboards. Looks like it should be made by JCB. That's true, Bob. Yeah, okay, I get that. But that's only because of the colours, right? There is a purple version of this. You wouldn't think that for the purple version. Looks like an AI-generated keyboard. Maybe it is. The high-tech industry would see in the world of Gundam. Maybe. Not enough clipping and bugs for me to fall out. Well, maybe. Can't do polls from a phone. Thoughts on the Gateron X? I love Gateron X switches. For switches that you can modify, they're fantastic. Still maintain that it's a Destiny 2 weapon. It could be something from Destiny 2, yeah. That's so weird. It's just so unusual. It's so strange, so bizarre. Okay. Either way, I like it. I think it looks great. I mean, look at it in this light. Look at it here. It's just so different, right? You don't see stuff like this. I don't know how much this is going to be, but if this is like under 400 quid, I think it's a bargain. It's just so unusual. I can't stop looking at it. The mix of materials is very cool. That's what I like the most about it, Olby. I think the fact that it mixes so many different materials and different colors as well, like different textures. Like there's just so much going on. Like this 3D structure here is just, it's just so tactile and nice, and it's just different. That's what I like about it. Okay, I did promise that we could play some marbles, so I'm going to load that up now. Wait, one thing I need to do is turn off my second monitor so it doesn't show it on there. Display settings. Let me just fix this, guys. And then we will play some marbles, and we will play marbles for GMK Shashin. So the winner of this, doesn't matter where you are in the world, we will send you a set of GMK Shashin. We're going to do 3 races, and whoever wins points across the 3 races. So it doesn't matter who wins each individual race, it's whoever wins across the 3 races. We do this quite often on PT. We're going to give you a set of GMK Shashin. It'll be brand new, unopened, totally sealed. GMK Shashin. I'll pick for you whether you get the Latin or the Hiragana base, because it depends on what we've got in stock downstairs and what's sold and what hasn't. But yeah, we'll give you a set of GMK Shashin, whoever wins. We'll ship it worldwide. You'll just need to pay any import duties, but we'll cover shipping and the cost of the key set. Let me load it up Steam, and let's get marbles going. Okay. Just going to switch to the game screen. There we go. Okay, let's do a race. Here we go. We're going to do a Grand Prix, 3 maps. Let's do community maps. Let's pick a long one to start off with. 4 minutes 10. Let's do that one. Let's do something with a fairly high elimination rate. 56% elimination rate. That's always fun. And 9% elimination rate. That sounds tough. Let's not do that one. And then let's do something that's relatively quick and where no one's going to die. 7%, a minute 12. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we're going to play marbles now. You guys can play to try and win, and as I say, you will be able to do to win a set of GMK Shashin, which has just come out. We've got extras in stock now. If you want to get in the game, it's !play. We'll put you in there. Trojam's already in there. Yeah, !play. I'll give you guys a minute to join. Chance to win a free GMK set. This would have looked so cool with the little rotary encoders on it. Maybe have to change that at some point. Okay, I'm going to hit start now, guys. You're going to have 20 seconds to join. If you're not already in, now's the time to join. Nuke Zone's in, Quagri's in. Anyone else ready to play? We've got 126 people watching. We've only got 70 people playing though, so only about half of you playing. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Got to be in it to win it. Let's see how this goes. This is the first race. It's called Amazing Long Jump. Everyone's coming in here. Let's see who makes it out first, down at the bottom. Too tight to tell. Blind. Oh no, Nitram is now in the lead. Incredible. With Ellis just behind. Josh is coming around the far side with hands. Trojam's there too. Sax is there as well. Lots of swirly bits coming up. Demotex is there probably in the top 10. Katumbus is on the way. Cutie Pie is there too. It's really difficult to say who's in the lead right now because it could go any different way. But I think it's Nitram Namelock that is in the lead with Gordon the Gopher and Ellis and Top G just behind. Trojam's there as well as Sax. My Lottie Pony's bringing up the top 10. Let's see how this goes. Where's the big jump? Oh, the big jump's right at the end. Quite a long way to go. Got to go all the way back here by the looks of it. It comes all the way back to the start now. Gordon the Gopher probably just in the lead, I think. Laserman looks like he's got stuck there. A few people coming down at the back. Storesness and Woody right at the very back. Gordon the Gopher still taking the lead. Top G's taking the secondary route and he's not too far behind. But it looks like we're coming all the way back up these lifts here and back into that mess of a maze at the top. Sax, Gordon the Gopher, Ellis, Nitram, My Lottie Pony all there as well. Top G, One Fish, Trojam, Doxymin and Demotex on the way up as well. Josh has got stuck here as has Oxy. Lots going on there. N360 and Timothy at the back there with Storesness. Josh looks like he's in very last place now with Woody. Josh and Woody fighting out for the last place, the runner-up prizes here. It's coming down nice and neatly. Let's see how this goes. Gordon the Gopher's got a good lead. Obviously, it doesn't matter who wins this particular race. It's who gets the most points across all 3 races. But there's still a long way to go. They just have a pretty composing lead there. That's quite a long way. Lottie's just about in 3rd place. Sax is in 2nd. And One Fish is taking 4th. Josh is still coming up at the back with Woody, Robot Mikey, and Storesness. They're still getting there. They're still on the way. Long run back now for Gordon the Gopher and down this spiral staircase before they get fired into the cannon and do this massively long jump. Let's watch him as he does that. You think I missed entry? Don't worry, we've got 2 more races to go. Anyone can still win. I saw me. You're up there somewhere. So far behind. Still all to play for in the second and third races. Don't worry yet. Simp for Lottie. You shouldn't really do that. But okay. Down the spiral staircase goes Gordon the Gopher. Go, little me, go. It's catching up. Don't worry. I'm excited for this big firing finish. Lots of stairs all the way down. It's a big old jump, is this. Let's see as Gordon the Gopher gets fired out. Let's see how that goes. Off he goes.
Incredible.
All the way over. Down into another series of obstacles here. Look, he's got to get carried up this hill and through that little doorway. Is he going to go out first time? He does make it out the first time. Okay, into the second one. And this one he's got to drop all the way down to the bottom. Looks like he's going to roll around. Oh, Lottie takes the lead. Lottie storms into the lead there, leading Gordon the Gopher and everyone else behind. Demotex is going to take second by the looks of it. Still one obstacle left to go. It's still all to play for. Gordon the Gopher's back up in third. Is Lottie going to make it through? Lottie does make it through. She takes the win. Demotex, Sax, Gordon the Gopher all to play for here. Sax takes second. Demotex takes third. Gordon the Gopher, Top G, Trojam, Katumbus, Ellis, Doxymoon, and Nufi round out the top 10. Congratulations, guys. Let's see who's right at the back. Robot Mikey still all the way over at the spiral staircase. Let's watch him here as he gets into the cannon. Boom, off he goes. Let's see if he can make it to the end. Still all to play for. He's straight through the first obstacle, though. He overtook Laserman and whoever else, and Void Media. Igbin Timothy coming around the back with Golden Ratio as well. Lots and lots still to play for. Almost everyone's finished now, though. It was a good race. First time in the top 50. Let's go. Nice. That was a good race. Making sure no one gets left behind. Good for you, man. Good for you. Whoever just shimps for wins. Is that how it works now? Laserman rounding out the back end of the top here. Top 71. Okay, all still to play for to win a set of GMK Shashin. There we go, completed. Milo Tuponi, well done. Let's see how we get on in race 2 and race 3. You quite a lead there as well. 5 seconds lead. Next map, let's see how we get on. We're going on to Cinematic Airy Activity. Exclamation mark play will put you in the game. And we'll see who gets through on this round. Lots of people joining now. I think it puts everyone in a random position on this one. I can't really scroll out at the minute to see how it goes. Loon of the Stars is in, Mr. Solo's in. Okay, there's more already so than there was in the last race, so I'm going to hit start. You've got 20 seconds left to join. Exclamation mark play puts you in the race, guys. And as I say, we'll send whoever wins the set of GMK Shashin anywhere in the world. You'll just have to pay import duties. We'll cover shipping and the cost of the product. You just need to pay for import duties if you have them where you're from. Trey Marbles is best marbles. Nice. Whoa. That was kind of cool. Not going to lie. I enjoyed that. Gouty and Pokemon Kid are in the lead here, racing around. Laser Cake or Golden Ratio are coming up. Mr. Solo's in there too. Let's see who makes it down to the first obstacle here. Let's see who's going to take the win. Storesness is in the lead with Gouty there in second. Pokemon Kid's probably in third with True Blaze, Laser Cake or Balaba coming through. True Blaze and Balaba taking up the lead here. Tarumba's not too far behind with Woody and Timothy storming through. That Simp for Tim is helping him. One True Blaze is there as well, coming down to the second obstacle, which is a bit of a maze by the looks of it. Tim's in second place. Where does that put people? Oh, it's like a... Up we go. Up we go. I didn't realise the track went up this way, but let's follow it up. Lunar of the Stars there with Woody. Perlin Merlin's coming through as well. Into another obstacle. I do love these kind of spheres of obstacles inside them. No one's made it out yet, but Tim looks like he might be in the lead. Simping for Tim might be the way to go here. Josh's simping is working. Sizeable was coming up there as well. N360 and Katumbas are probably second and third here. It's really difficult to tell how it's working though. Tim's got stuck. Maybe the simping's stopped. It's like a little bridge that raises and lowers. I see how that works now. Some people coming through the middle here. Blind Disobedience, Han Solo, and a few other people making that leap through the center. My Lottie Pony's there as well. Is this going to be the day for My Lottie Pony? She's there. Tim's lost the lead now. Balaba's back in the lead. Tim's in the lead. Vintage Kish is in the... Kish, from out of nowhere, storms into the lead. Poor Typer, quite a few people, loads of people on this particular branch of the lift. This is going to be a straight shot down to the next obstacle here. Let's see who can make it first. Gouty's in there as well. Quite a few people are going to be in this first section. It's going to be extremely exciting to see who gets down first. Let's see who it goes. Loads of people just died as well. Miro Low, Itchbin Timothy, Balaba, Sirajiman's there as well. Poor Typer, Gouty on the way through. I don't know where this takes us. Nufi, Gouty. Nufi takes the win. Gouty takes second. Seafox takes third. Perlin Melon takes fourth. Poor Typer, Meowsaw, Mr. Solar, Itchbin Timothy, Ceruman, and True Blaze make out the top 10. Some people just not making it here, dying. Jelly Master, I'm sorry, my dude. Caffeinate, My Lottie Pony, Lottie, no, sorry. All still to play for in race 3. But we do have a winner. It is Nufi. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see what that does to the tables there in a minute. We've got one more race to go, so it's all still to play for. We're going to play Odd Thunderous Yard now. This is quite a quick map, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, exclamation mark play puts you in for the third race. It's all still to play for. More points makes you higher up the rankings here, so it's a Grand Prix across 3 races, so it's all still to play for. Could still be anyone as a winner here. Exclamation mark play puts you in the game. And we'll see how this one goes. Odd Thunderous Yard. Don't know how this is going to go. Don't know what this map looks like. Not played this one before. Okay, we've already got 70 people in. I'm going to hit start. You've got 20 seconds to go now, guys, to get yourselves into the race. And we'll see how it goes. Let's see who can win. Let's see who the first person without any points whatsoever is as well. That's always a good game to play. Who is the first person to score no points across all 3 races? That's always a good game to play. Here we go, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and away we go. Let's see how this one goes. Big spirals, Mr. Solo is in the lead. Natural Libra's not too far behind him. Laser Keiko's there as well as Katumbas and Tim. Demotex is there too with Nufi. Lots of people spiraling around here. Let's see who makes out at the bottom first. Still a long way to go. Could be anyone's race. Meowsaw's in there, Nitrum's there, Chuck Death's there as well. The KZNE is there. Is at the back, at the top, probably in last place right now. Briefly said you're in first, but I'm pretty sure that's not true. Let's see how it goes. Oh My Young is... Ooh, it's so difficult to tell who's in first. There must be steps in there. Snoop Breakthrough, though, takes first place with Demotex coming down. Let's see who makes it through the maze here. It's going to fire them back up there. Where are they going? I don't actually know where people are going. Oh, they're coming round here, up the ramp, up the spiral. Oh My Young, Demotex... who else is there? I can't even say. Iluna of the Stars, Snoobreak is there too. Coming all the way around here. Top G, Nufi, Hands as well. Chuck Death's in there. It's really hard to read any people's names. Who's at the back? Snicket and LSG taking up the back with Laserman and Oxy. Where do people go after this? Where are they going? Oh, is that it? Is that the end? Oh My Young takes the lead, the win with Island of the Stars, Snoop Breakthrough, Demotex, Top G, Vintage Kish, Hans Mesger, Nufi, and the Cutie Pie. Nufi's been in the top 10 a couple of times. He stands a good chance here. Oh, looks like we've got some people stuck. You guys are the lucky ones. Jack No, Quaggery, the Kiwi, and One Fish. I apologize, guys, but you ain't going nowhere. That map was a bit poor, I think. That was probably the worst map we've ever done. I apologize, guys. Never have any luck on these. We can't do anything now until it decides to end the race. I think because they're still slightly moving. One of these days I will win the marbles. One day. Maybe. We've had a lot of different winners on here. We try and do this nearly every week. So we've had a lot of different winners. Let's do this one again. No, we're not doing this map again. I'm never doing this map again. It was the worst map we've ever done. And we've now just got to wait because it thinks people are still in the game and still racing. And they're not. They're dead. Oh, look, the map's destroying itself, look. So maybe it's going to end when all of these get burnt out. We'll see how that goes in a minute. Tim or Lottie, who wins? There was a worse map. That one that was really slow? Yeah, that was terrible, I remember. Oh, Jack No was the last one out. There we go. Oh my young. Let's see how the final results went. So let's go to the end of the Grand Prix. We'll see who wins and who gets the prize of a set of GMK Shashin, brand spanking new. In third place for 0 prizes, we have Newfie. I did think he'd be in the top 3. Well done, Newfie. But no prize for you. In second place, we have Sax0510. Congratulations. No prize for you, but well done for getting onto the podium. And in first place, we have... drum roll, please. My Lottie Pony. Congratulations, Lottie. You are the winner today. I will get a set of GMK Shashin shipped out to you on Monday. I'll arrange it with Mal. She'll get that sorted out for you. So congratulations. Congratulations on a new key set. There we go. Rigged? There is no rigging in this game. I can't rig this stuff. But congratulations. Okay. Oh, we were going to look at who got the last points, right? So sorry, Tim, you lost out to your misses today. Let's see who got the points. So 260. It wasn't even close. 261 points to 187 points. Let's see where Tim came. Tim came in 19th. It's pretty high. The last person to score points was Hans Mesger with 8 points. The first person to not score any points was Jelly Master. I'm sorry, Jelly. Adam just behind him. Let's see who was at the very end of the list. It's always fun to know couples. Like, if there's couples of people watching, I think Meowsaw and her partner are watching as well. It's always fun to see who wins out of the couples. I don't know why. It just is. It's fun. Abyss comes in 86th. You were in 84th. I apologize. Kiwi up there as well. Can I get a pat on the back for that at least? Nice. Yeah, you can have a pat on the back. You're watching with your partner. It's always funny for like the couples because you sometimes see them in chat like, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you, like Tim and Lottie do. But bless. There we go. That was the races all done. Thank you so much for joining those races, guys. That was super fun. Lottie, I'll arrange your prize on Monday with Mel. There we go. So watch out for that. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. 5th. Yep, 5th. Who was 69th, Jay? I don't know. I'm not looking at that one. 28th. Tim, come out more often. Same day as my birthday. You are welcome, Lottie. You're welcome. Right, okay. It's probably time for me to end the stream now because it's getting late. What time are we on? 10:30. Yeah, I want to play a little bit more Destiny before I go home. I've probably got to leave here about 11:30. So if anyone fancies playing Destiny off stream, let me know. Jump in voice chat on PT. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Retro 66 build. I think it's a pretty cool keyboard. It's very different. I'll see you again soon. Watch out on Instagram for all the new stuff happening this week. JO2 Blackout Edition launches on Tuesday. In-stock stuff drops on Monday. Keep an eye out for those, guys, if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again super soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.